All right. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Monday. I have never been so fired up about what we do and what we're doing and the vision of this team. The clarity that has just come to me this week has been phenomenal. We have a huge impact to make and a difference that we can literally go out there and help people, give them choices, give them some freedoms to make decisions with their family that is important to them. And so I literally was like, there's no better person. I asked her, what, 2 weeks ago, I think, to do it. Um, Alicia fast started Senior Gold. She told me she joined in January after ignoring me for 2 years, and decided that she was going to do it and told me that she was not going to work the business. We joke about it. She said, I'm not going to be your red marble. And then she went on to Fast Start Senior Gold, was the first person to go to Senior Gold fly-in. Tarl and her share a last name, which I think is really cool. And Tarl was like, "You're a great speaker. I want you to speak to the staff at Plexus." And so she's catching eye from corporate, and she's a big deal. So I can't wait to hear from her. She also has two little ones, okay, 3 and 1. So if you hear the dinosaurs in the background, that's what's up.
Yes, good morning. Like I said, one just screamed bloody murder. So I cannot make any promises as to what you guys are going to not get this morning. But like Alita said, my name's Alicia Robinson. I'm super excited that she asked me to do this. If you don't know, so Alita sent me this message about a week and a half or so ago. She's like, "Hey, you want to run Power 30 this Monday?" And I was like, that's freaking terrifying, but okay, let's do it. Because you guys, I know where I'm going with this company. Like Alita said, it started out something that I did not want. Here comes one. I did not have any desire to work the business part of this. But when I started having such radical results from my health, I knew I had to share this. And so I knew where I was going. I know, you guys, that I don't want to just be a diamond with this company. I want to be a diamond with a bunch of little stars underneath the name, meaning that I've helped thousands of people. And you cannot do that unless you get good at the skill of talking to people. And repetition creates excellence. So I knew that this was something that I was going to have to jump in and do it sometime. And even though my naturally introverted self was terrified to do it, I was like, let's go. Because the more you do something, the better you get at it. So since it's my first time, I'm going to talk to you real quickly. One second. John.
I'm tired. I need a vacation.
And tell you just a little bit about who I am, how I got Fast Start Senior Gold, and how I got there. So my name is Alicia Robinson. I am a stay-at-home mom. I've got 2 young kids. I've got a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old. I'm sure at some point you're going to see them in this video. Like I said, I stay home with them, and I came to Plexus after saying no for 2.5 years. I was the skeptic of the skeptic, you guys. I thought everyone selling it was shady. I just did. I didn't think that you could have a great quality product from an MLM. And I had a previous experience with network marketing that I just did not want to get back into the industry with. But I have a background in health and wellness, nutrition, taught weight loss, wellness, nutrition, diabetic education for years. I say that to let you know I know how the body works. I'm educated about it. And about 8 years or so ago, I put on 40 pounds from the time span of August to November. During that time, I had a flower farm. And if you know anything about the August heat in Tennessee, that was nigh impossible for me to do. Farming by myself, August is a super busy month. Nutrition is very important to me. If I'm going to gain 40 pounds in 4 months, I want to enjoy doing it. And that was not the case. Went to the doctors. Blood work was mostly normal. Nothing was wrong. And anyways, we're just gonna make this long story short. I tried everything between those 8 year time period. Okay. And I got so desperate last fall that I used semaglutide. It went against everything I kind of believe that is normal to me, that's natural to me. I like natural. I'm a crunchy mama. I say I'm more scrunchy than anything. But I was desperate. I was desperate to feel better. I knew my weight was an issue with that. It was causing lots of inflammation. I felt horrible, tons of brain fog, anxiety, and I was just miserable in my motherhood. I mean, I'm just be quite frank with you. I was yelling at my kids too much, too impatient. And remember, I have little kids. And my husband, who works a lot, he works 50 hours on a good week. Like that's a great week for us. He typically works upwards of 60. And so I'm home alone with my kids a lot. And you guys, when he would send a text message, he's in sales. So even if he's supposed to get up at 5, oftentimes he doesn't. He'll get home hours afterwards. And he would send me a text message saying that he's going to be late, and the tears would just start coming because I didn't know that I could do it any longer by myself. And so I used semaglutide, and if you know my story, many of you do, I have a video that goes around. After about 5 weeks of semaglutide, it caused severe, and I do mean severe, anxiety and depression for me. And thank God I had a friend reach out. And just a long story short, 10 days after I took my last injection, I was back to normal levels of anxiety and depression. And so it was that. Alita made a post about a Zoom, and all that's very important because this is how we got here, you guys. Because Alita made a post about Plexus. She made a post that she was doing a Zoom call. I was at a point I was so fed up. I tried everything. I saw one more post about Plexus. I'd seen it work for others for years. Saw this Zoom call, and I was like, you know what? Whatever. I'm interested. I'm just gonna hop on. I had reached out to Alita 2.5 years ago, you guys. 2.5 years ago. I don't know Alita personally at this point. I knew her husband and his wife at the time, had their kids at church, taught them and stuff. And I followed Alita because I wanted to keep up with the Langfords. And so I'd seen posts for years all over my Facebook how Plexus worked for everybody. But again, I thought all those other things. But I thought, one moment. Sorry, you guys. I said 3-year-old, 1-year-old. We got gummies, and at least he brought 2 packs, one for him and one for the 1-year-old. So
I got one for Bridget.
Thank you. I'm on the phone, baby. That's just real mom life, you guys. And I try not to delete it out because I want you to know that no matter what stage you are in your motherhood, in your job, or whatever, like Plexus fits where it is. If people have a hard time with your kids popping into a video, this is just not right for them. Like this business is meant to be worked around our real lives. So anyways, I watched this Zoom call. My husband comes upstairs and he rolls his eyes because we didn't want anything to do with network marketing, kind of period. And I decided I'd order it. I messaged Alita. I decided I was going to order, and you guys know my story from there. That was in December. I used my products very, very sparingly from there because I still didn't believe in it. Even though when I used my Pink Drinking Active, I felt better. I still thought it was a fluke. But it was a snow day in January. I remember it so clearly. I remember it so clearly that I'd had a snow day with my kids. My pants didn't fit good. I was so tired. I was exhausted. I didn't feel good. I didn't want to be out there playing with my kids, but yet my heart yearned for it. And so I used my 3-day reset, and the rest is history. It radically changed my health. My brain fog was completely gone. No more anxiety, energy levels at the yin yang, and I was sold. And because it was so amazing, I had to share it with other people, regardless of how scared I was to do it. I didn't want to be one of those girls or anything like that, but I didn't care. I didn't care because we have something so amazing that can help so many people with their health. And so I did the less scary option. I hopped into my stories and I started to share. And that was towards the end of January. It was about January 21st. And I went silver within a couple of days. My mom, my stepdad, and a girl that has become one of my good friends now, but I didn't really know her very well then, joined me. And it's in that moment where I started to see that things could be different. I shared because I wanted to help other mothers. I wanted to help other people feel better. I wanted them to enjoy their motherhood, enjoy this season of life. But it still didn't register me as a business until I realized I'd made a little over $300 just sharing a good thing. And I have a natural entrepreneur spirit. I was actually embroidering on a call when I did that Zoom call with Alita. I was embroidering to bring in a little extra cash for my family because we needed it, because I wanted to. I was embroidering, and let me tell you, it was so much easier to make over $300 with Plexus than it ever was to embroider a shirt. Okay. Way less time, way less inventory, way less money. It was fantastic. And so from there, Alita had told me, all right, girl, you're silver. Let's get you senior silver. This is just only another, couple more orders. And I was like, okay, I can do that. So I got brave and I made a post. And next thing I know, I am just like 2 orders away from Fast Start Senior Silver. And when she told me what you'd make doing that, I was like, I can do this. I didn't have the mindset of, ooh, we are on the last day of the month. I need 2 more orders. I'm just going to hold back. I'm going to go for senior silver next month. I'm just going to hold back. I was like, no, I can do this. And so I did. I didn't hold back. I went for it and I hit it. And so that's when I kind of started with the business side of Plexus. That's when I kind of stepped back, took a look at it, took a look at how amazing this opportunity truly is. Because I've looked at a lot of other things. Once you do network marketing once, you realize that it's great. You realize that there's no other job that someone as a stay-at-home mom, someone that works full-time, someone that works part-time, you realize that there's no other industry that you can work something so flexible. You still got to work, but it can be flexible and it can get you places that most jobs cannot take you. Most traditional jobs cannot take you. And I was kind of sold out there. I was sold out. I was like, I love this. I love Plexus. I love the company and the opportunity that it offers. And so from there, I just started setting goals. And May comes up. I wanted to go Fast Start Senior Gold. I had 2 months left to be able to, in my Fast Start window, hit it. And I just decided, you hear it all the time. I talked to Alita, we talked about my business, and I just decided I was going Senior Gold in May. And I did. I grew my points from 104 in April to 250 in May because I made the decision and I set myself up for that too. The last week or 2 of April, I intentionally was making posts, getting carts out. I was intentionally making posts like, hey, I've got, if anyone wants some free samples, I'll come bring them to you. I invested in my business. I know handing out free samples can get a little pricey fast, but you guys, I invested in my business. I saw the opportunity. I saw what was able to be there and I went for it. And I let everybody know that I was going for it. At one point in time, I was scared to do that because my mindset was, I'm going to tell all these people that I'm going for this goal, which was a big goal at the time. I'd only been working Plexus for a couple months and I was worried I wasn't going to hit it. And what were they going to think about me? And that month, I just didn't care. My family needed the money and I just didn't care. Like we were in a position of I needed to do that. And I did it. I worked every day. I woke up with excitement. I grew out of my comfort zone. I sent a lot of messages, like cold messaging. I do not naturally like cold messaging. I don't know anybody that does, but I didn't care, you guys. I had a goal and I was going to do whatever it took to get there. I opened up my Facebook friend list. I had a message that was not cringy. It was honest. It's something I tweaked for people and I sent it out. People that I wanted to skip, and I almost did, I would stop and say, no, ma'am, we do not skip people. Like, it doesn't matter. I don't know their life. I don't know their situation. I don't know their story. I don't know what they're not putting all over Facebook. Not everybody posts everything. And I didn't. And do you know, there's several people that I almost skipped that joined my business. And if they didn't join that month, they've joined me now, months later. I literally have 3 or 4 people that I almost skipped that are regular orders for me now, and people who have brought other people into my organization because I did not skip. I did not cave to the fear of someone that I was a little nervous to message. I didn't cave to them. I thought about my family. I thought about where I'm going and what I'm doing. And so I hit Fast Start Senior Gold. And I'll be honest with you guys, I came in very heavy until I went to Senior Gold Fly-In with the mindset of how amazing the products are and how good the opportunity is. There has been a shift in me after Senior Gold Fly-In and after the heaviness, especially of the past week, of how good and great our products are, but how amazing this opportunity is. I'm still always going to talk to people about products. I still care about their health because I would have never come to this business solely off of a business. Had Alita reach out to me about business, I wouldn't have been here. I don't know when, if ever, because I needed the belief there. But truly, my belief has shifted to how amazing these products are, this opportunity is. You guys, there are, I was talking to, so Senior Gold was flying, was amazing. It was great to see how much the company loves you and pours into you. They gave me $750 to fly out for a day. That covered everything, my hotel, my flight, my food, and I had a little bit of cash left over after everything. We got paid while we were there on a bathroom break. It was really cool. It was really awesome. All of our phones just started dinging and we all got paid. The networking there was so good. It was so good to network with other people that were in the same mindset, the same level as I was, and we made connections through there. And I bring that up to tell you that we have a Facebook chat. We talk regularly now. And the other day, this is even before this week, the other day they were talking and they were a little frustrated about stuff. And I had one girl say that she doesn't hesitate to tell people about the products, but she's scared to talk about the business and she doesn't necessarily feel like that's the important part. And I wanted to share that with you guys because since having that shift, I was able to tell her, like, hold on, girl. Health is important. I was drowning in my motherhood. I literally went from surviving to thriving. I think the products are amazing. They're so important. But you guys, people are drowning in their health a lot because of stress, because of finances, because this world is crazy, because they want other options for their families. There are people right now that are terrified to send their kids to school. There are mamas working full time that want to be home with their children more. There are husbands. My husband just missed a trip this weekend because he had to work for our family. There are families that have people stay home like us. We stay home with sacrifice. Okay. He makes enough for me to stay home, but that's it. Any trip, vacation, anything like that, it's typically paid for by someone else. There's families out there who want options. They don't want to miss ball games. They don't want to have to ask off work. They want to be at every school event and function and everything, but they can't because they have to go to a job. They have to go to a boss. Even those who are entrepreneurs and start their own business, if they don't work, they don't get paid. And they're in debt up to their eyeballs because it was so expensive to start their business. You guys, we started our business for practically free. You were ordering the products anyway, so I don't think it counts. But at most, you started a business for $180, $200 is probably what most of our first orders were. So I have truly shifted the mindset of how amazing this opportunity is. And we owe it, as Alita tells us, to be good stewards of that. We are given a gift of this business and of this opportunity. And I want to encourage you to be consistent. And it's why I shared my story, my full-blown story with you earlier, because the consistency of you showing up every day matters. Had Alita not made that post about a Zoom call on that particular day, I don't know that I would be sitting here talking to you. I don't know if my health would be any better. I don't know if my finances would be any better. Her post hit me at just the right moment. It hit me in a moment where I had a moment of weakness and desperation, be like, whatever, I'm just going to take another look at it. And I ordered. Okay. Had she not made that post that night, I may not have. Who is it out there that when we don't show up, and I say we because everything I say is preaching to the choir here, okay? Everything I say and get fired up about, it's words I need to hear too. But who are we not showing up for when we don't make our post? Okay. And it is hard to make posts. It is hard to make stories. It is hard to show up when we don't know who we're speaking to. So I really want to encourage you today, after this call, whenever, if you don't know who it is you're speaking to, find it. Take a minute and think, with every post, with every story, with every conversation, who are you speaking to? Because this is not a business of selling a pink drink. This is not a business of showing up for points and a rank. This is a business that is successful and succeeds when we show up for other people. When we show up with the vision that we are going to positively change somebody's life for the better. And I want to tell you to find who you're talking to. Chet played. I don't know if y'all can hear that, but I sure can. I want you to find who it is you're talking to. Jet played. Can you be quiet, please? All right. Find who you're talking to, because Michael is going to talk to somebody different than me. Dee Dee is going to talk to somebody different than me. Mary is going to have a different audience different than me. Your post should not look just like my post. My post should not look the same as Michael and John and Ian. I'm not reaching out to the male crowd. My people I'm talking to are stay-at-home moms, are women with young children, are creating options for families. That's not everybody's necessarily goal-oriented audience. Find who it is that you are talking to, and your post will come across as that. And I don't know when, I don't know how, I don't know why some people pop off with their businesses and others don't, but I do know it's important for your story to happen the way it does. If you are consistently showing up, if you're consistently doing what you need to be, you're building something to share with someone later on. I use Megan Malakovic's story all the dang time, you guys, all the time. 5 months to go silver, 5 months to find 3 people. I can't imagine how she felt in that moment. It probably didn't necessarily feel like she was thinking, oh, I'm gonna be at the top of the company. Like 5 months for 3 people, you guys. Most people do that in a couple of days or in a week or in a month. Not only did Megan go on to be at the top of the company, I don't know if anyone else has done what she's done. She went emerald to sapphire and then sapphire to diamond in another week. She double ranked the 2 biggest ranks you can. The 2 biggest ranks that you can with Plexus in a month. Her story is important to the people who have a hard time going silver. Her story was needed for so many people. My story is going to be needed for so many stories. Your story is going to be needed. I don't know if it's going to take you a month, 6 months, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, but it is nothing in the big scheme of things. And when you feel like giving up, I want you to stop and say, who am I not giving up for? Who needs to hear my story when I reach the level of success that I want? Who needs that? This is a business of helping others, you guys. When we take the focus off me and myself and my business and how it affects me, even though that's my vision, I got a vision. Don't get me, misunderstand me. I have a vision for where I'm going with my family. I have financial goals. I have long-term goals for my family. But when I take the pressure off of a sale and how I'm helping others, it's going to come. If I'm showing up every day, it's going to come. You know, the Bible tells us that without vision, the people will perish. You got to know where you're going in order to help others, but it's about helping those people. Have a vision that's not self-centered. Have a vision that is about helping others. And I'm not there yet, but I wholeheartedly believe without a shadow of a doubt that that success will come when that is your focus. So my kids are getting rowdy, and that's about all I got to say today. I could probably go on and on because you guys, I love this business and I'm so thankful every single day for it. So I don't know how to end things, but like Alita said, today is a great day to build. Work works. Let's get out there and do it. And y'all can hear what's going on back here, but you guys have a fantastic Monday. Let's have a great week.